Hey everybody, good morning. Hope you're having a good time wherever you are. Was planning on going to a tournament this morning, but yeah, body had other ideas. So, didn't sleep well last night. Was planning on going to an event about an hour away this morning. Uh, didn't didn't feel going up to it. Rolled over, tried to go back to sleep, failed miserably. And finally decided, well, too late to go to the tournament. May as well play a little bit of Magic. For those of you that are following our YouTube channel, we have been playing quite a few of the Bloodbraid Elves in Modern. One of the noticeable absences is we have not yet played the Eldrazi Bloodbraid Elf list. This list is very similar to the list that Toppy did the GP right before Bloodbraid Elf and Jace were officially unbanned in paper. I believe that was Grand Prix Lyon. Basically, it's your typical Eldrazi shell, Matter Shapers, Thought Knots, Reality Smashers with Eldrazi Temple. Kind of used to that with Eldrazi Tron and Ban Eldrazi. But this list is running Eldrazi Obligator and Bloodbraid Elf, in addition to all of your Birds of Paradise, Noble Hierarchs, Talismans of Progress, and Ancient Stirrings, and then your flex slots are Bolts and Dismembers, as opposed to things like Path to Exile or Chalice of the Void that some of the colorless or banned versions are running. This list is a little bit more aggressive than either Ban Eldrazi or Eldrazi Tron. That said, you're not as grindy or resilient, so you do want to get the game over quickly with your 12 hasty threats. You have a little bit of grinding capability with Bloodbraid Elf and Matter Shaper, but this is not a deck that can go toe-to-toe a Jund or blue-white control decks on the basis of attrition. It's a get 'em dead deck in those matchups. And for matchups where you're slower than, generally speaking, your creatures are a little bit bigger, so matchups that could be a little bit problematic are the faster combo decks. You don't have any true disruption outside of Thought Knot. And obviously, heavy attrition matchups are generally an Achilles heel of Eldrazi decks that don't have things like Endbringer or draw card lands. Sideboard, a lot of red and green specials. You've got trackers for, or a tracker for a little bit of grinding matchup. Pithing Needles, or problematic things like Jace, Liliana, even Ghost Quarter if you're really afraid of your mana base being attacked. Relic of Progenitus is a little bit of graveyard hate, along with Scavenging Oozes. Some versions are even running Scavenging Ooze in the main, because you are running, 4 bolts, 2 dismembers, plus your creatures, a lot of combat, so creatures are going to die. Ancient Grudge and Natural State, both as hate against things like Affinity, which can be a rough matchup game 1, and Natural State can also be pretty good against Blood Moon, which, outside of Talisman of Impulse and your Mana Dorks, a Blood Moon can get you pretty good. And then Crumble to Dust for big mana decks. Obviously, turn 3 Crumble to Dust, a Tron deck, can get you into the game pretty quickly. Along with you have a fairly quick clock, and then that pretty much covers the sideboard, other than Anger of the Gods for obviously matchups where you're getting swarmed by, like Zoo or Elves, decks that you're not necessarily faster than and need a little bit more interaction against their go-wide strategies. Friend just suggested a modification of the deck. We'll do that maybe next time we play the league. He just suggested Decimator Provinces for one of the Bloodbraid Elves. So, but yeah, our last deck that we played here was the Bant Ramp control deck, which we definitely alright, Ben, so I won't be running your exact list. Sorry, Ben. Oh, well. So, friend of mine, streamer Foretweezy, plays a lot of this deck. He loves the list. So, deck I'm playing is not his exact list. We'll try to get that later, maybe. Alright. First matchup here. Obviously, still have a little more testing to do for the standard PPTQ, but I think I've kind of narrowed it down to 2 or 3 decks to test. The mid-range decks are just garbage in my hands, so I'm not even going to try to. Alright, so what does this hand do? Yeah, hand seems pretty reasonable. I mean, it's not the greatest in the world, but we've got all of our colors, and... Oh, are we placing Eldrazi or humans? Alright. Humans. Don't suspect the humans matchup is great. So, on the off chance that you're relying on this Noble Hierarch, it is now dead. Pass the turn. Unfortunately, you had a second land. Yeah, champion the parish. Alright, so play this out, go get our forest. Oh wait, I'm not taking damage off this for a green source. Pass to our opponent. Thalia's Lieutenant or Thalia? Thalia's Lieutenant, sure. Alright, so Eldrazi. Unfortunately, we have to take a damage off this. Bloodbraid Elf. Trigger. Get a Matter Reshaper. And go ahead and attack with Bloodbraid Elf, I guess. Start pressuring the humans deck. Another Thalia's Lieutenant, sure. Alright, Eldrazi Obligator is not horrible here. Play out Reality Smasher. Just continue pressuring them for damage here. Got a Reflector Mage or a Mana Strider or something here. Looks like either Reflector Mage... Nope, Mana Strider. Not sure how this matchup goes. Does that change the math on how many of these I can get into play? Probably not. Yep. Actually, probably, so 6, 9, I should probably leave that back. think I'm alright with that exchange. Sure. Please don't have like a fourth Thalia's Lieutenant. Oh, just Thalia. Okay. Battlefield. So 3. Can I kill them here? 3, 6, 10, or 3, 6, 8, 10. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again for 7, so either block or take a pretty significant chunk here. I was 1 mana short away from making this extremely brutal for them. Opponent's got some decisions to make here. Alright, so they have a land. And hopefully they don't have another follow-up creature. Phantasmal image? Copying what? Oh, delightful. Okay. Humans deck's doing humans things. We draw another land. So I could, I guess, obligate her or force them to kill one of their own guys. It's about my only play this turn. Probably jump with Thalia's Lieutenant, Phantasmal Image, sure. Alright, redraw. Another Horizon Canopy. Redraw. Seriously? Draw 1 drop? think I've got a block here. Nope, didn't have to block. And dismember. Yep, that's the game. Alright, so dismember would have let us kill. Yeah, wouldn't have mattered really. Alright, so humans definitely want the anger of the gods. Definitely want these scavenging oozes. Obligator is okay against them, but not great. Thought Knot's okay, but not great. Just like take out like one or two, like a Birds, a Thought Knot, an Obligator, and another Thought Knot. Sand doesn't have any fast mana, but it does have interaction, so I think we go ahead and keep this. Sand could obviously be a trap. It's a trap. Thanks for everyone hanging out this morning. Trying to play a little bit of Eldrazi. Up against humans, which seems like a rough matchup for us. Ether Vial. Okay. Bloodbraid Elf, sure. Don't think Ether Vial is enough of a reason to bring in Ancient Grudges, honestly. Alright, so let's see what our opponent plays here. Sure. Into what? Thalia's Lieutenant here? Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. Go ahead and grab basic forest here. I guess basic mountain. Kill your Thalia. Pass. Probably should have played Stomping Ground out there since we're not playing anything this coming turn cycle. Mantis Rider, okay. Go ahead and dismember the stupid champion. So if our opponent was hoping to play around Bolt, doesn't do them any good. So what do they have in hand then? Might be Kitesail Freebooter here. Okay. Meddling Mage naming what? Naming Thought Knot Seer, sure. Start heading back a little bit. So our opponent's exhausted a little bit of their hand. They obviously have 2 cards left. Another Mantis Rider would be unfortunate. Reflector Mage is going to be annoying here. Yep. They get to hit us back for 5. Alright, Bolt. Not bad. Still think we're not in great shape. Alright, so we're taking 4 this turn, minimum. Go ahead and bolt that. What on earth? Seriously? Alright, well that was a fun first match. Alright. So how's everyone doing this morning? Hope you're enjoying hanging out, watching some Eldrazi. Been a little bit since we've streamed this time of morning, so figure we'd give it a roll. Not off to the best of starts. Oh well, it's modern. Sometimes you just run into matchups that are bad. So, another fellow streamer of mine, Foretweezy, has been a big proponent of this deck, so I figured I'd give it a spin. Besides, it was the last Bloodbraid Elf we hadn't played yet on the channel. Okay, we're on the draw. It's our first mistake in Modern. I think we keep his hand just on the basis of Ancient Stirrings, pretty much. Keep. Gives us 6 looks at an Eldrazi Temple on 2 or 3, so. Alright. Pass. Alright, Reality Smasher. Definitely want to hit a Eldrazi Temple off this Ancient Stirrings. Nope. Just a whole lot of... Okay, so 1, 2... Any order. Maybe I should have mulliganed more aggressively for Temple. I mean, we obviously don't know what our opponent's on yet. Could be the mirror match, could be Scapeshift. Still have no idea. Feels like the mirror match to me, though. Is this Eldrazi mirror match? Or is this just a god-awful... I mean, not the play I want to make, but need to get some pressure on the board here, right? This is modern, not standard. You're supposed to be playing spells before turn 3. Yep, Lightning Bolt. Feels like it might be the mirror match. Nope, it's a Valakut deck. Alright. What kind of hand did they keep over there? Summoner's Pact, Scapeshift. Alright, let's try to get you dead then. Search for tomorrow, that was your draw. Okay. Alright, so I get to go Noble Hierarch. Hit you for 5. Thought not you. Take your Scapeshift. Leave you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you'll have a shock or a lightning bolt available to you next turn. Kill my Noble Hierarch. Did you draw a bolt? Okay. Sure. Do you seriously draw Scapeshift? Bloodbraid Elf. Into Sakura Tribe Elder. Okay. Scapeshift with Bloodbraid Elf. Now I've seen everything. Reality Smasher. Force you to blow this Sakura Tribe Elder here. So at most you can kill our Noble Hierarch, or try to kill us. So you gotta draw something this turn cycle or you're dead. Alright, let's see what you got here. Search for tomorrow. Okay. And so you're dead, right? Propagator, Steel. Yeah. Alright. On to sideboarding against... Not sure what's going on over there. Bloodbraid Elf. So Scapeshift decks with Bloodbraid Elf. Interesting. Interesting. Growth Spasm. So... Huh. Definitely interesting. So probably want these Crumble to Dusts. And... Is there anything else I'm interested in? Doesn't seem to be the case. These Dismembers are kind of garbage. Leaving the Bolts as a hedge against their Bloodbraid Elves, also reasonable against some amount of giving us a little more reach. Alright, so we both had slow starts that game. Very weird. Don't think I can keep this hand. Too slow for the matchup. Bloodbraid Elf to the bottom. Once again, we're trying to hit Eldrazi temples mainly. Lightning Bolt, just what I was looking for. Alright, Eldrazi Temple, definitely the take here. No ramp spell again. Huh. What kind of hand did they keep? Guess we'll find out here in a minute. I'd love to find something like Scapeshift, Roast, Primeval Titan, and Lightning Bolt. So I think I just take Roast here, kind of strand them with some expensive crap in their hand. Not sure that's the correct play, but that's the play we're going to make. Summoner's Pact for what? Sakura Tri-Builder. So if we were to hit a... Go ahead, force the bolt on this one. So next turn their mana is locked up, and they have Lightning Bolt in hand, so playing Obligator this turn doesn't actually do anything. Play another Thought Knot here. Probably Probably just taking Primeval Titan. Wait, 8. Okay, I no longer have the Bolt in hand, so 8, 13. Let's take the Prime Time, leave them with Bolt and Scapeshift. I have to pay for pack this turn. See if they drew any lands this turn, which I presume they'd play. Does that kill them? Yeah, I think that's Xaxes. Bolt Shoe. Turn 5 kill after not playing anything till turn 3. Seems pretty legit. Alright, so that definitely felt better than the old Eldrazi matchups. Definitely the haste putting more pressure on some of the unfair decks is definitely a thing. So, thanks everyone for hanging out this morning here on Twitch. I want to thank everybody hanging out on YouTube later. This is pretty much the last of the Bloodbraid Elves we haven't done, other than this Bloodbraid Elf Titan Shift deck that seems to have popped up. Not sure how I feel about it. Might have to give it a spin. Pretty close to having Titan Shift together in real life, so any innovations are pretty unique. Other than dropping Hour of Promise, doesn't seem like there's anything like too bizarre going on here. Yep, Thragdad. Other than they're playing Slagstorm main, which is interesting. Wonder what brought about that particular innovation. Guess you don't always want to be hitting your guys. Alright, we're up against S4T. We're on the play, which is where you want to be in Modern. So, seems like a hand we're interested in keeping. This hand is a lot of mana, so lead on turn 1 Noble. Pass to our opponent. We up against Jund or Burn. Looks like Jund. Maybe Hollow One. Okay, you're probably going to end up taking Ancient Stirrings here. Would be my guess. Yep. Alright, Matter Shaper here is not horrible. Feels like Jund's a pretty rough matchup. Just trying to think, what matchups does the green-red version of the deck solve? Okay, this might not be. This may just be straight up Grixis, huh? Guess we'll see here in a minute. Nope, still Jund. Wonder why Polluted Delta. Alright, there's a Tarmogoofy. Alright, play out Grove. Play out Talisman here. Play out Noble Hierarch. Feels like we might be getting K commanded next turn. So may as well get in with Matter Shaper while we can. Drop our opponent to 7 here. No blocks. If you got a K command, you got a K command. Nope. What are 3 holding on to then? Like terminate? Oh, they're Death Shadow. Okay. Multiple Death Shadows. Alright, so green, green. Thought not. See what you got going on over there. Traverse, Liliana of the Veil, Liliana of the Veil. Take your Traverse. Swing with Matter Shaper. So now they'll have to leave back multiple blockers next turn. So you have Liliana, Liliana. So we have several draws that just straight up kill them here. Wow, Liliana, are you going to try to do plus? You know you're getting the land out of us, so... Obligator, please. Still have some draws to kill them, but it's not nowhere near as easy. Target player sacrifices a creature. Guess I'll sacrifice that one. Battlefield. Alright, that makes things more awkward for them. So if I block... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still not quite enough to kill this. Block here. Just curious how much this would. Okay, so do this. 1, 2. Red. Red. 3, 4. Wouldn't deal enough damage to kill it, so cancel. We're gonna go ahead and pump this up. Yep. Currently a 5/5. So, alright, so I can kill or Tarmogoyf. Can I kill both? Currently 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'd be 9. 2, 3, 4. Only be 9, so not quite enough to deal with these Death Shadows, so sure. Guess I'll just let this trade happen. They get to draw a card, which is unfortunate. Eldrazi, I think I may have punted this game away here. Sure. Yep, they get to kill us regardless of what we do here. Alright, so... Yep. Bad part is we don't have a ton for this matchup either. Huh. Guess relics are okay against Tarmogoyfs. Some number of bolts are a little bit of nonsense. Don't really know that we want to change a whole lot other than that. Relic's fine. Bolts are okay, not great. Dismembers are good-ish. Lightning bolts, pithing needles, maybe oozes? Oozes in places of the other bolts. Try it like this. I'd like to thank everyone for hanging out this morning, watching us play some Green-Red Eldrazi. Currently up against, looks like 4-color Death Shadow. Huh. Now this is a decision. Do I play... Am I supposed to play Noble out here on one, or am I supposed to play... Guess I'll just play Birds out on one here. Like, the card I care least about if it gets killed, if they thought sees us, they'll probably end up taking... have a choice between Relic and Ancient Stirrings, so... Because they always have the turn one, the tin one. Yes, they always have the tin one discard spell. Alright, so... Sure. What's your pick, friend? I was just debating playing Relic because, you know, Relic. So... Because Relic is pretty annoying for them to play against. Yep. Like, the rest of our stuff's just kind of, yeah, whatever to them. Play out. Noble. Play out Ancient Stirrings. Not Ancient Stirrings. Matter Reshaper here. Past them. See what they got. Nothing so far. Might just be waiting to terminate our Go ahead and play out this Ancient Stirrings. So Cavern, Carpolucin, Matter Reshaper, and I think we just take Matter Reshaper here. Any order. So I presume if they're going to kill anything this turn, it's going to be Matter Reshaper, which is obviously not the best for them. They might be wanting to take this hit because they have to have Shadows in hand, so some consideration to not swing here. This is fair magic at its best. Go ahead. Oh, guess we lose to Anger of the Gods? Yep, looks like they've got Lingering Souls in their deck as opposed to something like Anger of the Gods. Alright, sure. Guess it has to be Lingering Souls this turn? Yep. Which is just basically chump blockers. Wow, that's very ballsy. Going to 1 against multiple threats. Battlefield. Yes. Go ahead and play out this Scavenging Ooze. Go ahead, eat your Lingering Souls. So many card types they currently have. Thoughtseize, Street Wraith. Go ahead and eat your creature. Alright. Opponent is conceding. Not sure what kind of hand they kept there. Felt a little... not very good for this matchup. Still haven't seen anything that makes me want bolts or any of this other nonsense. Crumble to Dust. Too cute. I mean, turn 3's... Well, we might want that over... maybe a Thought Knot on the draw. Because Thought Knot's not the greatest in attrition-y matchups. This hand's a pretty easy mulligan, right? Yeah, keep this hand. Not great mulligan against the... Oh, hello. Hello, Eldrazi Temple, my friend. Another turn 1 discard spell. Sure, because you always have one, right? What do you do? Take Noble or Ancient Stirrings here? Talisman of Impulse. Alright. Tells me you have an answer for our Noble Hierarch. And Grove of the Burnwells is inadvertently good against Death Shadow, so we're going to try to keep their life total as high as we can. Sure. So we're probably just honestly looking for a land here, since we have these Bloodbraid Elves. Yeah, let's go ahead and take the Carpolucin. Bloodbraid, Ancient Stirrings, in any order. Play out Tap Stomping Ground. Don't really care if they kind of know our hand. So their Fetch Shocking plan might not be good enough to get them down low enough. This Lingering Soul is kind of whatever. Might be Liliana too, I suppose. Nope, it's Lingering Souls. Nope, Liliana? Okay. Each player discards a card. So I guess I'm discarding one copy of Bloodbraid Elf, question mark? No. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Carpolucin Forest. See what they discard. Alright, Talisman's a card. Guess I kind of have to play out Eldrazi Temple here, which sucks. Definitely should have paid a life to get that or that talisman out. Get rid of one of these Bloodbraid Elves. They just discard Lingering Souls, which is obnoxious. Yep. Our whole hand's basically in play right now, so alright, let's do this right. Green, red, that. In case we hit Eldrazi Obligator, we can steal one of their spirits. Dismember. Feels awful, but yeah, we're gonna cast it. Probably just chump with Spirit and Edict it away. Yep, now we're on Hellbent against their doing the Jund thing. Jund. Why? Magic Online, why? There's only one creature in play. Wonder if they're sitting on like a handful of like Death Shadows they can't cast. That's what's going on here. Okay. I mean, not the worst draw. Hopefully you don't have Bull here. Take out your Liliana. So your hand is probably like Death Shadow Tarmogoyf. What I would put you on. Tarmogoyf's a big boy right now. Alright, so to find out what your last card is, well, one of your last cards. Guessing it's like Death Shadow Maelstrom Pulse Snapcaster Mage. Alright, we're taking the Maelstrom Pulse. So they have all 5 colors of cards in their deck right now? Huh. Sure. Why did they target themselves? Bizarre. They have Thoughtseize in their graveyard. No, Inquisition. Leave back Reshaper. Yeah, here comes Snapcaster Mage. Yep, Snapcaster on what? Fatal Push. There's not really a whole lot we could do to play around this right now. Yep, part of the reason why not going to play out this Cavern of Souls right now. Definitely blocking with Matter Reshaper here. We have Insulation against Liliana. They're sitting on a discard spell, they're sitting on a discard spell. Yeah, that's a card. Huh. Which means, unfortunately, we won't have priority before they can flash us back, so our opponent's mismatched, very aggressive use of stuff is probably going to get him there. Alright, Grove at least means we can keep Death Shadow from being in the picture. Now it's your Lingering Soul Spirits versus my Matter Reshaper. Gee, I wonder who wins this race. Alright. Still a race. If they draw nothing, we could potentially win. And got another removal spell? You do not. Alright. If you have like Kolaghan's Command or Bolt, we're just dead here, right? Wow. Alright. Was not expecting that one. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, I guess. So how's everyone doing this morning? Having a good time playing some Magic the Gathering on a little bit of a Sunday morning. My name is Dusk. We broadcast here on MTGO Tavern on Twitch. We also have a YouTube page. Sands a Mulligan. No fast mana, no early plays. This hand's dicey. Have a Scry, have a Dismember. Don't think I'm looking for Bolt here. Oh. Goblins. Oh, this is gonna end well. Probably should have kept the Bolt. Should I I was gonna say, should I name Goblin just to troll them? But I think either Eldrazi or Elf's the necessary name here. Maybe I should have named Elf to try to save myself some damage. Mog War Marshal. Yup. So it really stinks is I have to dismember this Legion Loyalist because otherwise it makes blocking in future turns really, really awful. And we are not well set up game one for this kind of a matchup. I think only really Anger of the Gods is a great card in this kind of a situation. Matter Reshaper go. See if they decide to keep their... Wow. Okay. Interesting. Oh, yuck. They had another one. I mean, yeah, kinda got a block here. Alright, land. So am I supposed to go Thunk Nut or am I supposed to go Bloodbraid Elf here? I think this turn I need to know what's going on over there, so we're going to go Thunk Nut. There's a lot of cards here that could, like... Okay, Legion Loyalist and Goblin Guide. Alright, so... Take the Loyalist. Their hand is very, very land heavy right now. No reason to start racing it. I'm going to start getting 2-for-1s with these Bloodbraid Elves, so... Okay, there's the GG. Good game, Goblin God. Won me a lot of games over time. Obligator's not a bad one. So... Hate giving them life, but I think us taking damage is even worse, so... Yeah, Matter Shaper seems pretty good here. Guess we'll start getting in with Bloodbraid Elf. This trades with our Goblin Guide, but if that's the route they want to go, I think I'm fine with that exchange. Oh, I just take the damage. So I have 2 unknown cards in hand. Well, if we ever hit that next mana source, I think we'll be doing pretty good here. Yeah, casting Ancient Stirring seems pretty legit. Guess I'm taking Reality Smasher, because we're eventually going to hit another land here. Attack with both of these. Alright. Opponent's rapidly approaching the point. Wow. They are super flooded on idiots. You're almost better off leaving that Foundry Straight in hand in case you rip a Bushwhacker effect. I don't know. They're in a pretty bad spot as is, so. Continuing to force them a little bit on the defensive. Yep. Okay, so you're chum blocking rather than trading off. Interesting. So this game's pretty close to a wrap. Yeah, that many lands, there's no way. God, even with Heel Cutter here, I don't think... I mean, yeah, you can get in some damage, but it's like... Okay, give us a land. That can't block. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No cards in hand, just taking the damage, friend. Too many mountains on their side. Way too many mountains. Alright, these dismembers are absolutely atrocious. Get these Anger of the Gods in here. Get these Scavenging Oozes in here. Gonna bring in the Natural States. It's not great, but the card they could have that could get us is Blood Moon. So, cards that are not good in the matchup. Obligator isn't too great, because they're very much a go wide strategy. Does that leave us with enough ways to close out the game? Yeah. Hey, great Hearthstone hand. Apologies to Jeff Hoagland for stealing his catchphrase. Yeah, keep us hand. Yes, please. Turn. Hey, we even get a free card. So nice of our opponent. Alright, so we're going to fetch basic forest here. It's supposed to be forest? Yeah. I think given this hand, it's just forest. Forest, Ancient Stirrings. I guess we get a basic mountain. Oh dear. Yep. Adder's Shaper. Alright, so play out Matter's Shaper here. Next turn we get to go Thought Knots. Well, if there is a next turn. This is the kind of start from Goblins that can just pound us into oblivion before we ever get there. Alright. That's kind of obnoxious. So we're going to take 6 here, and we're could be an ineffective. That's our top card. Natural State. Could be an ineffective 3. So let's get Thought Knot down. Hopefully take away any goblin grenades they might have floating around over there. Chieftain, Bushwhacker, and Blood Moon. Guess we take Bushwhacker and Prey. Alright, Loyalist is annoying. Does hit us for a lot a lot of damage this turn. Okay, Ancient Stirrings on top. So go to 3 here. Go to 2 actually. And hope Bloodbraid Elf hits something good. Like, ideally, I'd like to hit Anger of the Gods, or Removal Spell, or I guess Birds of Paradise somewhat qualifies. Keeps us alive as long as they don't hit a land for their chieftain. Yeah, or Goblin Grenade. Alright. So we definitely had the read on Blood Moon. They're probably going to leave it in now. Is there anything else we can do to hedge against Blood Moon? Doesn't really seem like it. Guess I'd like to play first. No accelerators, no plays before turn 3. Don't think that's good enough. I guess we're keeping this hand. Yeah, Bloodbraid Elf, that's fine. Get to go turn 3 Bloodbraid Elf. Have a little bit of protection from Blood Moon. Alright, let's go with Elf here. Green. Time to spin the wheel. Have some pretty decent hits here. Natural State is not one of them, however. Pass. Debating if you want to bolt this on end step. Yep. I'm gonna say that looked like the paws of someone with a lightning bolt. Goblin Pile Driver. Well, at least we know where the removal spells are going. Matter Shaper is our draw. Alright. Spin the elf. Hope we hit like Anger of the Gods or Bolt or something. Ancient Stirrings. Alright, so guess we take Eldrazi Temple. Be able to double spell next turn. Pass. Hope we don't die. If we have like Legion Loyalist into Goblin Grenade, we could conceivably be dead here. Yep, we're definitely priced into... Oh dear. I think we're just dead. Welcome to Goblin Pile Driving. Yep. Turn 4 through Disruption. And all we were hitting was a Noble Hierarch. Yep. Alright. So, 2 and 2. Going into the final round here. So, just like to thank everyone for hanging out this morning. Hope you're having some fun. Anybody else have had an opportunity to play? Do you think of naming Elf there in the cavern so you can hold Bolt up next turn? Yeah. Sorry, I had the viewers list up and didn't see the comment there. That would have been correct, probably. There was quite a few times I should have named Elf throughout these matches instead of Eldrazi, simply because there was no counter magic coming from the Goblins deck. Yes, I'd like to play first. Hand seems alright. We're a little mana heavy, but anything we play off the top we can just play out here. So let's mulligan to 5. Alright, so I'm gonna say I'm half expecting like Bogles or something dumb here. From that aggressive of a mulligan. Noble Hierarch go. Basic forest. Oh. Ponza. Alright. Well, I mean, at least we established real quickly what kind of match this is going to be. So, Kitchen Finks and Blood Moon. So, I'm taking a calculated risk here. I'm hoping that our Thought-Knot Seer plus whatever spells we draw that we can still cast. Alright, Eldrazi Obligator is a spell we're still going to be able to cast. Actually... So I can play both. Is that better on the damage front? I think I'm just going to play out... Guess I can play both. Doesn't really matter here, because I can't use Eldrazi Obligator's ability, so... The calculation using Blood Moon, there, or leaving them with Blood Moon, kind of hoping I can kill them before they recover here. Like, seriously? Okay. Arbor Elf, sure. Can't cast Matter Reshaper. So... attack with Thought-Knots. Opponent elects to take the damage. That's a little gutsy. Alright, pass. Alright, Chandra's obnoxious. Wonder if they already had the Chandra in hand. Yep. Yep, now I'm being punished for my short-sighted line. Opponent's gonna have to trade off their Bloodbraid Elf, which is small consolation here. Or I guess they could chump block. Yep. So the only cards we can cast in our deck at this point that matter are our own Bloodbraid Elves and yeah. That's not a good sign. Stormbarf. Yep. And you have another play? That sounds great. Yeah, that's just the game. Alright. Maybe I was supposed to take Blood Moon there. I was kind of hoping with a hand with that many blanks that they'd... would that have gotten us there? That in the Matter Reshaper. Them at 6 life. Grove. Talisman. Probably not. Especially if they were able to Monstrous. Alright, so good old Ponza. These natural states in here. Some consideration for Tireless Tracker. So we're in a really weird spot because we've got to be the aggressor because they have the advantage in the long game. So it's like, natural states are a hedge against the blood moons. Cards do I take out, though, is a question. Need the accelerators. Maybe I can... no, I can't really afford to borrow out any of the accelerators. Maybe it's like a Thought Knot... Thought Knot, an Obligator, and a... no, I probably want an Obligator in, because I can cast that under Blood Moon. Thought Knot, Obligator... maybe a Reshaper. Try like this. Ponza is a deck that is certainly improved with Bloodbraid Elf. Hand's okay, but not great if they have Bolt. Log into 6, keeps their hand, and... alright, turn 1, Forest, Nimble Hierarch, go. Turn 1, Arbor Elf. Ancient Stirrings, huh? So I go ahead and get the Matter Shaper out of my hand. Hope they don't have something too broken to do with their mana this turn. Alright. Spin the wheel time? Feels like spin the wheel time. Trigger. Oh, must have hit a natural state. Of course. You have a bolt here? Yeah. Okay. Let's go to 13. See what fun play you can have here. Chandra? Nope, Bloodbraid Elf. Into Molten Rain. Honestly surprised they didn't kill our, Don't know if Tireless Tracker might get us back into this game. Play out the birds here. Is this like... I don't think this is the kind of matchup they'd risk. Please don't have Inferno Titan. Inferno Titan would be extremely obnoxious here. Yep, looks like an Inferno Titan. Chandra Flamecaller. Wow. Battlefield, please. Grove of the Burn Willows. Ancient Stirrings. Finding Reality Smasher, Reality Smasher. Nothing like cards I can't cast. Alright, Natural State's not a bad one to have in case they like Blood Moon us here or something. Sure. Multiple Chandras, this is going to be annoying. Kill that one. So I guess I have to kill Pyromancer or Torch of Defiance first, then Pyromancer. Feels bad either way. Very, very bizarre game. Alright, this looks like they're going for the Guess Dead plan. Drops us to 5. Blood Moon. Okay, Blood Moon doesn't really do anything here. Carpolucin Forest. So, see what your last card in hand is. Ooh, Nissa. It's a good one to have. Did you draw anything? Things maybe? Ad cap. Dear God. This is where Magic gets extremely aggravating. Kill 2 planeswalkers, take a third, Blood Moon is meaningless, and they rip Madcap Experiment. Sure. I guess I chump for a turn, hope to draw a Lightning Bolt. I don't even know. Well, there's a card. Glad I didn't concede. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The swings are real. So, am I bringing in Ancient Grudge now? Is that something I'm really doing? Or I'm just keeping Obligears in my deck and hoping to rip? Anger's Reshaper, Pithing Needle. Pithing Needle seems a lot more interesting now to me. Maybe Pithing Needle's just too cute. I don't know. They're trying to play the controlling game. No, just hope our board presence is enough. This has been an insane back and forth match. Yeah, keeping this one. I mean, they kept 7-2, which that's never a good sign for us. So they kept 7 with no accelerator. Interesting. Cast birds here since we're not getting bolted. What kind of hand did they keep? So well, Talisman here. Go ahead and cast Ancient Stirrings. So Obligator, Grove of the Burn Willows, and I think we need to take Grove here. And we're holding up Bolt. Like Blood Moon or Kitchen Finks or something dumb here. Tireless Tracker. Alright, sure. Bolt it. Actually, should I just cast Ancient Stirrings first? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's go ahead and cast Ancient Stirrings first. Land Eldrazi Temple. Trigger, didn't really want to trigger those ones anyway. Sure, I'll put in 6 power worth of hasty stuff. Nope. Brought up our opponent to 12. Opponent kept a... Sure, get a Finks. Alright, I was kind of hoping they'd miss on land drops, but they didn't here. So... maybe we'll hit an Obligator. We'll Hierarch's a card, I guess. We know they've got Flame Color in their deck. There's only so much we can do right now, though. Play out Matter Shaper here. Just keep applying the pressure. I gotta say, if you have Bolt, you already would have played it. Yep, another Finks, sure. No land is good for us. Alright, so... force them to trade off their other Finks. Give us an extra card here. Battlefield, no. Play out this Eldrazi. Helps if I get to my combat step. Alright, need a good rip here. Not from you. Okay. Did you hit a land? You did. That's obnoxious. Alright. Yep. Third Finks. Yeah, seems pretty good. Alright, spin the wheel, see what we hit here. So they've gained like 10 life. Sure. This is so obnoxious that they've gained like 10. Alright. Okay, more mana, sure. Just to thin our deck out a little bit. Because Blood Moon really does nothing here at this point. Neither does us drawing a lot of lands. Yep, it's going to be a lot harder to beat this time. It's safe to say we can concede this game. Alright, so incredible comeback, game 2, a little bit of disappointing game 3. Let's see what we would have drawn. Land. Reality Smasher. Alright, so deck overall is pretty sweet. Got a little bit lucky to beat Jund Death Shadow, beat Titan Shift. Humans feels like kind of an ugly matchup. Goblins, also a Swarm deck, feels like kind of a bad matchup. Then obviously Ponza being Ponza. Don't know much I can say about it. It's more aggressive than some of the other Eldrazi variants. Still has some of the same problems. You're still a little bit cold to Blood Moon. You're still struggle with go wide strategies. I mean, you got a lot of good tools against artifact decks, but like white has Stony Silence out of Bant, and then Eldrazi Tron has Chalice and Ratchet Bomb and Walking Ballista to deal with the artifact affinity decks. I don't know. This deck feels more aggressive, but still has some of the same issues that some of the Eldrazi decks have. A little bit faster in the combo matchups, buys you some time. Maybe I was being too aggressive with those attacks against Kitchen Finks, but I have to grind through them at some point. Another playline was the taking of Kitchen Finks over Blood Moon. I was just trying to be aggressive and end the game, and then obviously we draw spells we can't cast. So, I mean, decisions were made, choices were made. Really don't know beyond that. Like if there was decision points in other games, there might have been. So, I mean, deck's pretty sweet. Definitely will pick it up again, but still suffers from some of the same Eldrazi issues. A friend of mine's playing it at a local event. Hopefully he's doing well. Streamer Foretweezy here on Twitch. And beyond that, I think we're going to call it a morning. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We have a YouTube page with a lot of standard and modern content. We've been doing a lot of the Blood Raid Elf and Jace decks. I've been doing a little bit of prep for a standard PPTQ. So we have a little bit of standard, a lot of modern going on the channel. So feel free to check that out. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, feel free to leave a follow. Love to see you hanging out in the chat again. If you really like what we're doing, feel free to subscribe. It'd be awesome for your support. And hope to go check out our YouTube channel in the meantime. So I'll be back probably sometime later today, probably streaming some standard because I gotta narrow down my deck choice here over the next couple days. So hope to catch you everyone again later. Thanks for hanging out, and see you later.